Okay, so this is a quick demo video on user-defined templates, custom user templates, and why I like them. Now I record basically myself, so I can set up a few templates for the different types of recording sessions that I'm going to do and that I do all the time. So it works great in that situation. I'm going to start by launching Pro Tools. Because I'm using user-defined templates, I like to have the dashboard show up because that's where my custom templates reside. And I'll show you what that looks like. I'll go ahead and speed this through the launch process. It takes about 30 or 40 seconds. So I have Pro Tools set up to launch the dashboard. That selection is right here, show on startup. And then I also have create from templates. These are my templates, Kev's templates. You see them right here. My naming convention for templates are the bit depth and then the sample rate. And then just some acronyms for guitar, vocal. I do a lot of recording where I do music videos. And a lot of times I like to record it in what I call a live style, where I'm playing and singing all at the same time. I have it so that it opens up and all I have to do is hit the record arm buttons on the tracks that I want to record at the same time. I've set up a session for that, so I will do that. It's right here, temp demo. So and here it is. So in other words, as soon as this opens, all I have to do is come over here and hit the record buttons. These are my guitar tracks, my acoustic guitar. I record with a pair of AEA N22 ribbon microphones, one onto each mono track, right and left. I like recording in stereo, and then my vocal from an ADK 251 vocal mic. So in other words, it's just that fast. Basically, once the session opens, I'm ready to go within however many seconds it takes me to hit these record arm buttons. So that's one of the beauties of having custom templates. My naming convention for all the tracks tend to be, what instrument they're featuring, or what plugin or hardware insert they're featuring, or what their function is. And I color code everything. All my guitar tracks. This is acoustic rhythm guitar, acoustic lead, and electric lead. So they're all color coded the same. I use folder tracks for the very reason that you just saw demonstrated, that I can open them or collapse them to focus on whatever I'm doing. So, I can record, so let's say I could record the acoustic guitar and vocal, and I could just collapse that, and let's say I want to add some virtual instruments, strings or flutes or keyboards or whatever, and then I can do that. Anyway, so I use routing folders. Those are accessed by going to move to new folder. I have routing folders clicked. Oops. I like routing folders, and I have route tracks to new folder. So in other words, when I name that folder, let's say I name it the acoustic rhythm guitar folder, well then the bus that is created by selecting this route tracks to new folder, it's named the same thing as whatever the folder track is named. So acoustic rhythm guitar, these are the outputs for these two tracks. They go to the input on this folder track. These tracks are my auxiliary parallel effects tracks. This one has a hardware reverb on it, M7. This one I'm using the Avid bundled tape echo delay. So I tend to like both those on my vocal. The other thing that I tend to do is I also name all my inputs, outputs. Because I'm using the same mics over and over again, I basically name the inputs for the mics. Tend to be real consistent on my naming convention as well. So for instance, on this hardware insert reverb, the insert itself is named M7. The bus that I'm going to send to from these tracks is named M7, and the track is named M7. So yeah, I kind of always know at a glance what the routing's doing. So in other words, all of these sends are routing over to the input of this track, the M7 track. Same thing. The tape echo, plugin is named tape echo. So I name the bus that feeds this tape echo, and I name the track tape echo. So everything is pretty straightforward and consistent. So I'm never confused about what my routing is. So this track, this stereo aux track, is my main sub bus, or often called a 2-bus. I just happen to name it 2-mix. This routes over to the 2-mix, this 2-mix. So at a glance, I know all these are routed over here to this channel. This is my other hardware insert unit. It's a 2-channel mastering compressor, bus compressor. Now I'll show you quickly what my I/O looks like. Name the mic line for 1 and 2, N22 left, N22 right. ADK. Input tab, the output tab, the bus tab, and the insert tab. My bus compressor, channels 5 and 6. Hardware stereo reverb is on 7 and 8. So same thing would be true on this, 5 and 6. So I label it 3U, M7 reverb unit. So 5, 6, 7, 8. The buses, because I'm using folder tracks and I'm having them routed to it, they kind of automatically does that. A lead, A rhythm guitar, E lead, VI, Vox. So all the buses are named for the actual tracks they're feeding. Stereo mon is just, I renamed the main outs 1 and 2, or left and right, whatever they normally are. So I just name it stereo monitor. Oh, and then the inserts, same thing. This insert is 3U. It's over here on 5, 6. This insert is M7. It's over here on 7, 8. So I'm never confused about what my routing is or anything like that. And then, like I say, as you can see, everything's color-coded. Guitars are blue, virtual instruments are yellow, vocals are magenta, and my aux tracks, my parallel effects, are this dark purple. And that's how I do it.